It was a calm morning, coffee steaming in my hands until my phone lit up with an emergency alert from the government. The TV switched to breaking coverage, the anchor looked terrified, and the city skyline behind them felt strangely unreal. Across the world, observatories tracked a fast-moving object, and scientists realized this was no ordinary space rock. The alert confirmed it clearly. A massive object was heading straight toward Earth, and we had only 1 week left. In mission control, the trajectory was undeniable, and the speed was too precise to be natural or accidental. From space, the object looked metallic and structured, not like an asteroid, but like a silent, engineered spacecraft. People everywhere froze in shock, staring at screens in cafes, offices, and streets as panic began to spread. In radar rooms, warning signals flashed nonstop. Operators held their breath, and the atmosphere turned deadly serious. World leaders gathered in emergency meetings, studying maps and reports, knowing every decision could change history. In crowded cities, giant billboards screamed urgent news, and strangers looked at each other with fear and disbelief. It felt like history repeating itself, like ancient tribes watching foreign ships arrive without knowing what awaited them. One person stared into the sky, their face trembling, as if the air itself had suddenly become heavier. We can't even fully understand dolphins, yet we expected to communicate with beings from another world. Even ancient human writings remain undeciphered, reminding us how limited our understanding truly is. Bees speak through dance, creatures speak through light, but alien language could be beyond imagination. Deep in the ocean, life flashes signals in darkness, proving communication can take forms we barely recognize. Radio telescopes scan the skies endlessly, searching for a single sign that intelligence was out there. In 1977, the Big Ear telescope detected a signal so strange that scientists didn't know what to believe. Jerry Emmons circled the printout and wrote one word: "Wow," because nothing else could describe it. That narrowband signal lasted 72 seconds, then vanished forever, leaving a mystery behind. Decades passed, yet the signal never returned, and scientists remain divided about what it truly was. Many believe first contact won't be a landing, but a fleeting message carried through radio waves. Humanity has sent radio messages into space, containing numbers, DNA diagrams, and details about Earth. These signals are like a cosmic introduction, our attempt to say, we exist and we are listening. If another civilization sent a signal, responding would seem logical, but time becomes the cruelest enemy. K218b, an exoplanet 124 light-years away, is considered one of the strongest candidates for alien life. If a signal came from there, it was sent in 1901, when humans were barely entering the age of radio. Our reply would take 124 years to reach them, and another 124 years for their response to return. Two simple messages would take nearly 250 years, making real conversation almost impossible. And if the signal came from a system 7,500 light-years away, the wait becomes hopelessly absurd. A scientist could spend their entire life waiting, never knowing if their message was ever received. That's why a direct arrival of a spacecraft would feel far more dramatic and terrifying than a radio signal. A city-sized object approaching Earth would be detected long before arrival, yet panic would still be unstoppable. Crowds would run through streets, sirens would scream, and fear would spread faster than any news report. In military war rooms, generals would watch silent screens, knowing humanity might be facing its greatest test. Fighter jets would scramble into the skies, not to attack, but to prepare for the unimaginable. Naval fleets would move across oceans, radar spinning endlessly as sailors stared into darkening clouds. In city streets, people would look up, seeing strange reflections on skyscrapers, feeling helpless and small. The object would hover closer, massive and silent, as if it was observing Earth without emotion. Humanity would feel like an anthill beneath a boot, intelligent but powerless against something far greater. But Earth's resources aren't unique because water exists across the solar system and beyond. Europa hides an ocean beneath ice, and Enceladus sprays water into space like a fountain. Some planets may contain thousands of times more water than Earth, making our oceans less special than we think. If aliens wanted minerals, asteroids and distant worlds hold far greater riches than our fragile planet. Yet Earth has something rare: endless forests, a green world filled with trillions of living trees. Wood may seem ordinary to us, but to another civilization, it could be an exotic cosmic treasure. From orbit, they might scan our forests like a resource map, seeing value where we see nature. Stephen Hawking once warned that advanced civilizations may not come as friends, but as conquerors. Terraforming could be their goal, reshaping Earth into a world that suits their biology, not ours. The sky could change color, the air could shift, and humanity would watch its home become unrecognizable. Empty streets and silent cities would become symbols of our disappearance, proof that we were replaced. Some imagine humans being used like livestock, but biology makes that unlikely for truly alien beings. Our enzymes might not digest their chemistry, and theirs might not process ours, making consumption impossible. Another terrifying idea is that they have no purpose, only a wandering fleet drifting through space. The universe is unimaginably vast, filled with galaxies, clusters, and endless darkness beyond comprehension. Finding Earth is like finding a single grain of sand in an ocean, making contact almost impossible. Humans struggle in space, like Valery Polyakov, who spent over a year in orbit and returned barely able to move. Long journeys weaken bodies, destroy muscles, and remind us how fragile life is outside Earth. Cosmic radiation is even worse, an invisible killer that could destroy any biological traveler. A ship traveling for centuries would need technology beyond our imagination, or its crew would never survive. That's why the first visitors might not be living beings, but robotic probes sent ahead to observe. Alien life could be silicon-based, crystalline, glowing, and nothing like carbon life on Earth. If the ship descended over a city like Tokyo, its shadow would freeze millions in absolute terror. Nations would rush to form an international commission because this would not belong to one country. First contact would begin with symbols, lights, and patterns, a slow attempt to understand the unknown. And if they are far beyond us, they may rank high on the Kardashev scale, harnessing stars and galaxies. In the end, Earth would float quietly in darkness, sending faint signals into space, hoping someone listens back.